Welcome to Catherine's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make roasted eggplant with meat sauce. It's a great switcher-upper from the traditional spaghetti and meatballs, and it's also a great way to implement more vegetables into your diet. So for this you're going to need eggplants. They're in season right now, so they're super cheap. They're about $1.69 a piece at Kroger. I'm going to be using ground turkey, but you can use any kind of meat, or you can just buy pasta sauce with meat in it if you are short on time and don't feel like making meat sauce yourself. So you can use Italian sausage, ground beef, whatever. I'm just going to use ground turkey because that's what was the cheapest. I'm going to be seasoning it with sassoon. This is pretty much my go-to. Just like how it tastes. Some onion and garlic, your preferred Italian seasoning. I'm just going to be using this one. It's just what I have right now. And then topping it off with some Parmesan cheese. You can use any kind of cheese you want. So let's get started. So you're going to start by preheating your oven to 400 degrees. And we're gonna get these eggplants in there. So you want to have a cookie sheet or baking sheet lined with some silver foil. We're going to slice our eggplants in half and then do like a crisscross pattern on the eggplants. Alright, so we got our eggplants cut in half, and then with the crisscross pattern, I'm gonna set my camera up and show you guys how exactly I cut the eggplant to make it look like this. Let's see if I can set this up. Okay, so this is my eggplant cut in half right down the middle. So I'm gonna start and I'm gonna do diagonals. So if I hold it this way, I'm gonna do diagonal cuts like that, and then on the other side I'm just going to turn it this way, pop the camera up so you guys can see. Oh, piece of eggplant, it's fallen. You want to make sure you're not cutting through the eggplant. You just want to get down deep in the meat of the eggplant. Then we're going to just do the same thing on this side. And that's how you get your crisscross pattern on your eggplant. Alright, so once you have your eggplants cut and ready to go, we're going to oil the meat part and kind of get some oil on the base, on the bottom on the silver foil, and then we're going to sprinkle some Italian seasoning on there. So, just going to pour some oil on these. I poked holes in the silver foil on top of the big bottle of oil because I don't have like a separate container to put my oil in and use it, and I feel like that kind of helps when you're pouring it so it's not all just coming out. And get some on the silver foil so they don't horribly stick. You can use any oil. This is just vegetable oil. This is, just what I got. Okay. Just kind of rub them in there. Awesome. Alright, and now we can season them up. You can be pretty generous with the Italian seasoning because the eggplant has, you know, not a lot of flavor to it naturally. So it's going to taste like what you put on top of it. I just want to get it all over. Awesome. Now we're just going to turn them face down. And then just pop them into the oven for an hour. Just put a little bit more oil, because I have a feeling it's going to stick. Okay. So that's what they look like in the oven. Just put them on the bottom rack, and gonna let it sit. I'm gonna set the timer for an hour, but I'm gonna come back in 30 minutes and check them. Alright, so it's been about a little over 30 minutes. And this is what they're looking like. Get a spatula and just kind of lift them up. Okay. They feel pretty soft, and you'll know when they're soft because their skin starts getting all wrinkly. So that's pretty much what we want. I know I said an hour, but I think they're pretty much done now. I was expecting them to cook a little bit, need more time since they were bigger than what I usually use, but they're pretty much good. So, turn off the stove and kind of just let them sit in there until I can make some room on the stove for them. Alright, so they are out of the oven, and this is what they're looking like. A nice crispy brown toasted color, and they're definitely ready. So now I'm gonna make the meat sauce, which is gonna be pretty quick. So I got my oil already hot and ready. So I'm gonna dump in my 3 cloves of garlic and 2 tablespoons of chopped red onion. Turn the heat down. Alright, and then I'm going to add in my ground turkey meat. Okay. Now I'm just going to season it with my sassoon and give it a stir. I'm just going to use the whole packet. Alright, so we're just going to let this cook for a little bit more before I add the sauce in, because I want to make sure the turkey is fully cooked. So I'm just going to have this simmer for basically, let's just say 15 minutes. Come back, reassess. And then all we have to do left is add our pasta sauce and basically just stir it in and let it heat up, and then we'll be done. At this point, you can add in additional vegetables such as like mushrooms, spinach, you know, kind of whatever you want to add in. And we're just gonna plate, and then she'll be ready to eat. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes, and our turkey's looking good. So now I'm just gonna add the pasta sauce. Alright, I'm going to turn the heat down and give it a good stir. Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes. The sauce is heated up. I tasted it to see if I need to add in anything, and it tasted good to me. So this is what the final product looks like. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not the prettiest thing, but it tastes great. These are perfect with a nice size salad, and yeah, great for dinner during the week and anything like that. The best thing about this, you can use this as a meal prep recipe. You can assemble your eggplants with a sauce, and as the sauce and eggplant kind of sit together, the flavors really come out, so it tastes even better the next day. So hopefully this inspired you to try this, or try to find other ways to incorporate more vegetables into your meals. This is Catherine's Kitchen, and have a great afternoon.